Hi everybody, this update's for Thursday the 8th of June, Friday the 9th of June and Saturday the 10th of June 2023. So on the Thursday I didn't actually do very much because Michelle was working. She didn't get home from, well, she started work about 9:30 in the morning and she didn't actually get home to about 6:30, 7 o'clock at night because she was basically taking an elderly resident from the care home that she works to hospital. So when she eventually got home, we just basically sat and watched the soaps and went to bed. So not much happened on the Thursday, although I'd been walking about, going up and down stairs and doing dishes and stuff like that. Maybe a bit too much, but hey, I've got to keep myself active. So not much done on the Thursday, so there's not a lot to report, to be honest. So on the Friday, I had to come into hospital for 10 o'clock in the morning to get some bloods taken in the ward, the transplant ward. So I then got the bloods taken. I had to wait on them coming back. They then put me on some syringe made into a cannula and an ambulance. I then had to wait a further 2 hours after that to get more bloods taken. All to check the potassium levels because potassium levels were quite high. And then about 4:30 in the afternoon, we got told by one of the registered doctors that all's okay, there's no point in keeping you in, you're free to go home. So that's about 4:30 in the afternoon. So we went home, had a bite to eat, just a quick ready meal. Shouldn't be eating them, but hey, we were starving because we didn't have any lunch. So the ready meal, by the time after that, watched some soap operas, and then went to bed. And it was about 11 o'clock at night on the Friday. We got a phone call from the hospital, from the ward, saying, can you come in immediately please, as soon as you possibly can, because your potassium levels are dangerously high and there is a serious risk of a heart attack if you don't come in now. So, as you can imagine, being released from hospital and then being phoned at that time of night, say, can you come in? I wasn't the happiest bunny in the world and I was seriously annoyed and peed off. So, and just totally wound up. But basically, to get back out of bed, put clothes on, jump in the car, and then Michelle drove me in. And it was back at 1 or something like that. I think it was at 1 o'clock, Michelle went home, and I got told I was getting moved to HDU, high dependency, because the drugs that need to be administered can't be done on the ward, the transplant ward. They've got to be done in high dependency because you've got to be hooked up to the constantly to the monitors, and the ward doesn't have that facility. So that was fair enough. They put me in the side room and it was fine. I mean, the nurses were all great, fantastic. I mean, I can't complain about them at all. They were all doing their job and they were fantastic. So in HDU, I got another nebulizer. I got the syringe thing into the cannula, which is about 20 minutes. And then I got an IV drip with insulin and glucose, which stings a wee bit because it's quite a thick mixture, I believe, in the cannula. So that lasts about 30 minutes. So that all finished roughly about, I don't know, 2, just the back of 2. So I had to get bloods then taken again about 4 o'clock, 4:30. I can't remember the exact time, so say about 4:30. So they took the bloods again. They then, this is on the Saturday morning, obviously, on the Saturday morning. So, and then at 4:30, and I got woken up again at 6 o'clock in the morning when I'm coming in the room to take more blood pressure and stuff like that. They didn't take any bloods because they were waiting on what the doctor wanted done. And they weren't on duty at that point, so they were just waiting. But the bloods had come back and my potassium had come down. So it was just a waiting game. And obviously when you had to go to the toilet during the night for like to pass water, pass pee. They gave me these cardboard bottle things you got to pee into, and I filled 6 of them. So it was like, it was over 2 litres. I passed in fluids overnight. So, and obviously potassium coming down, other levels coming down. The heart muscle was a lot better than it was through the ECG, because I repeated the ECG as well. And then and that was it. Till about I don't know, half past 12 in the afternoon, when the doctors did their rounds, and they says, yeah, potassium's come down, but we need to play around with your meds. So they've stopped one of my meds and they've changed it to something else. But that med then causes problems with something else. So they might have to reduce another med to compensate for that, but again, we'll wait and see what happens. So the consultant then said to the nurse in charge that there's no more IV treatments to be done, no more nebulizers, anything in HDU. The monitors can come off. So from about 4 o'clock well, 4:30 in the morning till, I don't know, about 8 o'clock at night, I was basically I was transferred back to the transplant ward from HDU, and basically nothing was done. So I hadn't had any meds other than my sort of prescribed meds, but there was no drugs given to reduce potassium levels or anything like that. So basically sitting in the room, lying on bed because there was nothing else to do, and then just basically vegetate. At lunchtime, I went away down to the canteen just to get something to eat. I had soup and beef stew hot pot thing. Not beef stew hot pot. It was like a beef stew, mash and veg, and it was actually really nice, but I could only eat about half it because I was absolutely stuffed and feeling sick. Because my appetite isn't nearly as big as it used to be. So I came back up. Well, I waited down the stairs actually in the reception area for Michelle coming in. She came in, and then we came up to the ward. Up to the high dependency ward, and we were told that my bed had been moved into the transplant ward. So I basically wandered away along to there, back to the transplant ward, and I just basically stayed in there till it was tea time, and me and Michelle went down the stairs. I had chips and curry. I shouldn't, but the other stuff was fish and mushrooms, and no thanks. So it was just a matter of make do for me. But Michelle would like a chilli. Was it beef chilli? Yeah, I think it was beef chilli with rice, but I didn't fancy that anyway. So we came back up to the ward, and basically still had nothing been done till about 8 o'clock at night, when they took my blood pressure, and basically that's all that's happened, apart from getting my regular meds. It's based on my little green book that you get from after you have a transplant. So it tells you what meds you take and when to take them, and the dosage as well. That the doctors update or phone you to update yourself, but I mean, they've not been updated, but they will be. It will be done probably tomorrow by the doctors once they make the change to the meds on the systems. So I then said, well, what's the point of me staying in hospital if you're not actually doing anything, to monitor me, or I'm not getting any, fancy drugs to reduce potassium levels. But again, there was no answer to that, so basically I'm stuck in hospital for a second night. Fair enough, it's a side room, so it's not so bad. I can record this wee video as well, because I'm not annoying anybody else then. So hopefully, fingers crossed, tomorrow morning they'll come in, take some bloods, hopefully pretty early, I guess. And then they'll get them sent away for when the doctors come back at the back of 12. Well, I'm presuming the back of 12 tomorrow on the Sunday. and fingers crossed if the potassium level's still below 6, they'll just send me home and tell me to go into the clinic on Tuesday and Thursday, which was kind of originally arranged on Wednesday last week or this week. It's coming next week, Tuesday and Thursday. So we'll wait and see what they say tomorrow. But I'll keep you updated in the next vlog as well. So that's pretty much it. So I'm stuck in hospital for a couple of days. And I was trying to count up how much time I'd actually been in hospital since the start of 2023. And it works out about 12.5 to 13 weeks. I've been in hospital, that's like 3 months out of 6 months of the year. I've actually been in hospital. So as you can imagine, I'm not happy about staying in here. But again, needs must, I guess, because potassium's so high, then obviously I don't want to, after going through what I've gone through, I don't want to have to make silly decisions and die of a stupid heart attack or something like that through my own accord by not listening to the doctors. But anyway, right, on that happy cheery note, I'll leave it there for today. Well, for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'll speak to you all till later. Thank you. And as I say, if you enjoy these updates, then please do subscribe to the channel, and we can get this shared a bit further around. I'm not going to show you my scar around my stomach at the moment. I might do later on when things have healed down a little bit, calmed down a little bit. It's actually pretty good, really, really good actually. But I'm not going to do that. But please do subscribe if you want to, and I can always take a photo of the scar and post it on YouTube or something like that, just as a message as opposed to a video or something. But then you might get reported as obscene, something, I don't know. Anyway, so right, I'll leave it there, and thanks everybody. Oh, one more thing, sorry. I've now lost a total of 48.7 kilos in weight since my transplant op just over 4 weeks ago. So that's like about 4.5 weeks I've now lost 48.7 kilograms in weight, which is about 7 stone 6 or 7, like that. So not bad. A lot more to go though. Anyway, right, that's definitely this time, and I'll speak to you later. Thank you. Right, bye.